Our teaching this evening will be a bit creative, so I wanted to share a few words here. Before I do, thank you, Craig, for managing our slides this evening. That you were doing such a great job until they decided to have a mind of their own, but thank you. Amidst the ongoing trauma in Israel and in Gaza, 293 days after the war began, cutting through the political noise, violence, and protest, a group of Palestinian and Israeli teens are singing a different song. The Jerusalem Youth Chorus is trying to do what few others seem to have been able to do these days: create a connection and a relationship between two peoples that rarely see eye to eye, let alone speak to each other or create something harmonious together. But that's exactly what the Jerusalem Youth Chorus is doing. Founded in 2012 by Micah Hendler, a Jewish American from DC, the chorus brings together teens from all over Jerusalem, whether it be east to west, Jewish and Palestinian. And I found out this week that the founder of the JYC is actually a childhood chorus friend of Cantor Rosenberg's. In fact, Josh worked with the Jerusalem Youth Chorus during the year that he lived in Israel. The most wonderful thing that he found, that he said about the rehearsals, is that they are structured. You see, once a week, all of the teens gather, even through these difficult times of conflict and war. They warm up together. They move into a mediated and structured dialogue and conflict negotiation. And then they finish together in song. 17-year-old Palestinian Dahlia says, "We talk. I think if it weren't for this choir, I wouldn't have ever interacted with Israelis, like ever," she says. And 15-year-old Hadass from a Jewish family in Western Jerusalem says, "I thought it was only going to be singing. And then we got separated into groups and we started talking and sharing. And it was, at first, kind of shocking. It was so interesting," she said. What's interesting, and perhaps not so earth-shattering, is that when you witness it, it stirs the heart and soul. And what's interesting is that they have discovered an alternative, because they are the alternative. They are doing it. They're creating understanding and harmony through relationship, shared purpose, and connection. It's actually possible. And while they are on the path of creating unity, equity, and peace, they are creating beautiful music too. All over the world, in fact, and in the US as well. You may know, those of you who have seen, that the chorus is currently completing a US tour with a stop on the America's Got Talent stage. In fact, their audition aired last week. Gives me goosebumps just to think about it. We thought, as an introduction to our prayer for Israel and peace this evening, that you have to see it and hear it for yourselves. So Peter, if you wouldn't mind playing the clip, thank you. So let's join together in the same spirit with our prayer for Israel that we recite each Shabbat. Sovereign of all the world, shelter Israel beneath your protective presence. May all its inhabitants and defenders know physical and psychological safety. May they find strength and solidarity and be nourished by our love and support. I have to click it. Thank you. Guide us with wisdom and compassion as we balance the necessity of Israel's safety and security with the suffering of all those who are innocent in Gaza. At this time of danger and grief, may we have the audacity to pray for peace, just as our ancestors have done each time they were threatened and terrorized. We pray that the people of Israel find wholeness and know tranquility. We pray for shalom in the land that we love.
Hold on to me as we go, as we roll down this unfamiliar road. And although this wave has been stringing us along, just know you're not alone. 'Cause I'm gonna make this place yours.